Hi everyone, it's Trishna. So in the last video, we talked about how to visualize, but in a way that is not commonly done, in a way that I haven't really heard too many other people doing. So I don't think it's really out there and I wanted to put it out there. So how to visualize in the opposite way that we are generally taught. We're generally taught decide what you want, decide what it looks like, decide where it is, decide who's involved, decide what the person looks like. Do that all from the conscious brain and visualize it until you impress on the subconscious what you want in the version that you want. And in the last video, we talked about how to reverse that process and really connect with the subconscious and how it sees things vibrationally and really tune into that best version, that vibrational version, so that the subconscious eventually brings it up into our conscious versus the conscious having to bring it into the subconscious, and then the subconscious brings it up. So it's cutting out that step and just getting things along a little bit faster. So I recommend that you watch that video because they go into a lot more depth on that and how to go about connecting with the subconscious in order to be able to do this. In this video, we're going to talk about how to up-level that visual. So your visual could be a person that you really want to talk to, that you want to bring into your life and you have a conversation with them. It could be just symbols that are coming up, maybe colors, maybe shapes. It could be a location. You're like, I want to see the vibrational version of my career at its most successful. And you could have it envision a place for you, like a forest, etc., like we talked about in the last video. So now what do you do? So now you have this visual. Now you're kind of hanging out there in your mind, in your subconscious. Maybe you go visit it. Maybe it changes every time that you go, and that's perfectly okay because everything changes, everything's in flux and you want to resonate with the latest version of it. So you go and maybe it changes every single time, but you're spending time in this vibrational version of your desire, the subconscious version of your desire, reconnecting with the subconscious. We forget about the subconscious so much, or we just see it as this thing that we have to control or reprogram. We don't really integrate with it. We don't really connect with it. We only live half a life when we're only focusing on the conscious and trying to control the subconscious, which I suppose in some ways you could see as, as within, so without, where, in society, conscious brain is attributed to masculine or, a certain way of being, and subconscious is attributed to the feminine. So masculine trying to control the feminine and impress upon the feminine. So lots of layers here. But yeah, so here we're talking about really just connecting with the subconscious, revisiting. There's this whole movement of the divine feminine and bringing that up. So to do that, you want to visit the feminine portion of the mental. All is mental, and that is split into all is gender, and that is split into the mind. Gender with conscious and subconscious. So now we have this visual, right? We've connected with our subconscious, which we talked about in the last video. Now, as you explore these realms, these places, these conversations that are happening, and you're allowing things to unfold, somewhat conscious in that you have an intention, but also subconscious in that you don't know what you're going to receive back as an answer. As we get involved in that, try to see what you see in your location. If it's a location that you've picked, how does it look? If you're thinking about your career, do you see people? What do you hear them saying about your career? What issues do they say are happening in this village that represents your career? Oh, the cabin has a bit of a dent in one of the wood logs, it seems like there's a leak in there and the wood is starting to get damaged. Oh, okay. So maybe you visit that part in your visual and you see, okay, what does it look like? What does it need? Can I, put paste on it? Do I need to replace it? And then you just do that in the vibrational realm, in the imagination space. And as you tend, that's what my guides keep telling me, you need to tend your vibrational place. You need to tend your subconscious place. As you tend to this world, to this realm, or to this conversation, if you're imagining conversation with somebody, what is their body language like? Do they seem a little bit standoffish in the conversation? How can you comfort them? Can you give them a blanket? Can you offer them a beverage? As you tend to these vibrational versions of your desire, these vibrational subconscious visualizations, not the conscious ones that you're impressing, but your own, as you tend to them, you're tending to the subconscious places that need healing. And in doing that, as you heal the subconscious, it boop, comes right into your conscious and will start to materialize your reality as well. So I suggest that you try this out if you have been doing visualizing, or if and it hasn't been working, or you feel like you tend to work more with the dark method of manifesting, which is something I've talked about in previous videos, or if you feel like you work more with feminine energy, or you want to connect with your feminine energy, then I recommend that you try this process. Or if you feel like you're not really whole, like you're split or not fully integrated, or if you feel like you're having trouble connecting to your guides, I recommend that you try this method. And I think a lot is going to unfold for you as you discover what your subconscious creates in these visuals, and just the enormous imagination and wealth of worlds, just the depth of the world that you carry within you in your subconscious that maybe you haven't explored before, and just see where it takes you. It's going to be absolutely magical and beautiful. Just have fun with it. It's one of my favorite things to do. And yeah, I hope that this helps you on your manifestation journey. That was just a little bit of a message from my guides that they asked that I share with you guys. So here it is. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you out in any way, please give me a like, a subscribe, please spread the word, and leave me a comment, whether it's a question or just a comment, or you just want to say hi. I respond to most comments. And be sure to check out my Etsy shop in the description box below. I offer readings and manifestation guidance. You can check it out. I have over 100 5-star reviews on there, over 300 sales. I've been doing readings for over 10 years, actually. I think I say 10, but it's over 10 at this point. But I'm very new to Etsy, so that's why the lower number of sales. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.